Good morning, student. Hi, this is Professor Rahul Sharma, and I would be taking your classes in terms of the technical subjects. The technical, if we say, it is the Microsoft subject. Like there are various tools designed by the Microsoft company, which is helping us in our professional life. Like for example, if you would be doing any kind of business, then you have to handle the data. Apart from the business, like if you are going to handle any kind of job in a various companies, you might be needing various tools in the computer, because earlier days, when we talk about around 15 to 20 years back, our data used to get managed by the Munimjis into the diaries, correct? So now those days have gone, and due to this globalization into the computer, you have to maintain either all your transactions through the computers, correct? So now how we are going to manage this kind of data transaction into the computer, I am just going to explain you, and how this tool is important for our life, so that our life will get easy and we can get our work done in a very easier way. Correct? So for example, if you are working for a telecom company, you have to handle a lot of product data, because while we are handling our mobile, like everything is getting recorded. Correct? So in the same way, the company also has to record these transactions. So how many times you have made a call, on which number you made a call, what kind of SMSs you have float out. So these kind of transactions you have to record. So for recording of this data, you need a various tools which is available into the Microsoft Office, which is going to help in your life, and that will make your life very easy. Correct? For example, you have to maintain. Suppose, for example, you are working as an HR manager. Then you have to maintain the data for your employee. Like what is their name, what is their male-female ratio, what kind of data, like what kind of salaries they are getting it, and what kind of contact details are there. So these details you have to maintain into computer. So for maintaining this data into the computer, you have to introduce yourself into this for Excel, for Microsoft Word, for Access and everything. But the major important thing is the Excel in Excel, because this is the tool which is getting, in most of the companies, it is getting utilized for the data maintenance and for any kind of analytics. Guys, you know that this is a competitive area, and you have to be very analytical before you launch any product or before you do any business strategy. You have to do a lot of analysis. So for this analysis point of view, you have to be very strong into these kind of tools. So guys, I am just going to explain you. So Microsoft Office is a tool which is been designed for all your business transaction, or to record the data, or to maintain the data. So first is the Excel. Like the Excel is a tool where you are maintaining the data. If you have like seen the Excel, there are rows and columns are there. For where the row and columns intersects, it is called the cell. So in every cell there is an address where you are going to maintain the data, you are going to store the information into the same. In the same way, like Excel is having a very good capacity to make you an analytical person, correct? It is having like a lot of formulas you can use, addition, multiplication, subtraction, or there are various for the data comparing, for example, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, pivot table. These are the tools which is available into the Excel, and you can do a lot of analytics into the same. Now, the second important part, like if you have to maintain any kind of the legal document, so that is for Microsoft tool has designed the Microsoft Word. For example, your employee is getting transferred, or you have to appoint someone, then you have to issue an appointment letter or the offer letter to that employee. So this is in terms of the legal. So Microsoft Word is nothing, it's kind of an A4 size paper which is available into the Microsoft tool, through which you can design various documents, and basis on that you can issue this kind of letter, for example transfer letter, or your like the appointment letter and all you can issue. But if you have to handle a larger database, so that is for that we have the Access also, and Access because Excel is having a limited capacity to maintaining the data. So for example, if you have to handle a large database, then you have to move into the Access. It is a little bit touch of the like a software coding where the SQL query is getting utilized, and thereby you can maintain the data. So guys, these are the various tools. Another fourth thing is the PPT, PowerPoint presentation, which I forgot to mention. So PPT is also like somewhere once you are doing a business, then you have to maintain, you have to pass on the information to the upper management. You have to provide this information, useful information. So first you do the analysis. Basis on this analysis, once you want to highlight this into the upper management, because as we all know, this upper management, they do not have too much of time to discuss into the details. So thereby the PPT comes into the picture, and where like you are discussing and you are mentioning all the bullet points to your upper management through the PPT, where you make a presentation, you are making ups and downs for the company, whatever the analysis you want to put it. So this is a good thing for